Right, let's look at some of our top news stories that we'll be taking a look at the top of the hour. But for the next 30 minutes, we focus our attention, of course, on the world of business. And as we do at the beginning of this, we always start with our number of the day. And it's been an unusual day, hasn't it? And I look at this number and I have no clue what it might be, Francis.
Well, it's linked to a very torrid day on the market. So yesterday we looked at the big picture, our GDP. Today we're focusing on one company. The number of the day, minus 7.86%. And this represents the plunge in Vodacom's share price today. So for simplicity's sake, a fall of nearly 8%. And no, this is not about data disappearing or anything like that. This plunge today linked to an announcement by Vodafone in the UK, which is, of course, the parent company of Vodacom. It said it had sold about 90 million shares in Vodacom for just over $1 billion, or around 15 billion rand. Now, this reduces Vodafone's stake in Vodacom by 5.2%. That's all that these billions amount to. And that comes to 64.5% its ownership. So Vodafone is still the firm majority owner of Vodacom. It's unclear why the reaction was this dire, because it doesn't seem to be linked to a lack of confidence in the company or South Africa or Africa at this stage. Both companies have released a statement suggesting that this is largely a technical matter. Now, previously, Vodafone swapped a stake in a Kenyan firm for more Vodacom shares, but that meant that the tradable shares in Vodacom, so those are not owned by Vodafone, essentially were less than 20% on the JSE, and that is less than the threshold stipulated by the JSE. The companies say Vodafone had therefore committed earlier that it would sell down a sufficient number of shares to ensure that Vodacom would meet that 20% minimum free float on the market, as it's called. No doubt the reaction today exacerbated by a broad sell-off on the markets. So quite a significant plunge, nearly 8% in Vodacom shares.